Hey y'all, hi. All right, this is it, the big one. I'm decluttering my pants today. This is the first in a series of wardrobe declutters. I'm going through category by category. Don't worry, because I did try on all of the pants and I'll be rolling that footage throughout. But for the decision-making part, I'm going to be doing it with the pants here in front of me, super close up. And I'm daunted because I love pants. Well, I'm daunted on a macro level and on a micro level. So I'm daunted on the level of the declutter at large, and then I'm specifically daunted by pants. But I'll talk briefly about the macro level, although I think that it will unfold over the course of the several declutters, and I'm not really sure how I'm going to end up approaching all of this, and I think I'm going to find out as I go through, and then at the end I'll make a video where I kind of summarize the experience and show you some before and afters and stuff like that. I'm torn because I have a strong desire for a very minimal wardrobe. Like, I really am ready to cut ties with the hangers on, the vestiges of a past life, the vestiges of a past self, the things I'm keeping around because they check some boxes, but they don't check all of the boxes. And I really want to have a very manageable wardrobe, like physically. I just want there to be a manageable number of items in my life and in my mind palace. And I'm happiest when I wear a lot of the same stuff over and over again. I really have like a developing practical minimalism when it comes to my wardrobe. But for me to really make that transition is going to take an enormous amount of emotional labor and strength that I just don't think I have right now because I just moved. I have a baby less than a year old. There's a lot that's in flux, and I think that it can sometimes be hard to make harsh decisions like that when all of the chips are in the air and you're not quite sure where they're going to fall. So I'm not going to force myself. And I think what I might do is I might set aside some clothes that I think I want to declutter and put them away and not necessarily make the final decision now. I think that that might be what I do. But maybe I'll have more grit and be able to make harsher decisions than I thought that I was when I'm going through. We'll find out. And then briefly, because I know we want to get into this juicy pile of pants, which isn't even the half of it, just so you know. This is just the formal pants. And then there's like 5 more piles of pants after this. I'm daunted about pants because I love pants. I have a lot of pants, like way more than I thought that I did. And it's partly because I overbuy pants because they clothe the part of my body that I'm the most self-conscious about and that I find it the hardest to clothe. So I just have a more fraught relationship with pants than I think I do with anything else in my wardrobe. And that's why I question my ability to really whittle down this part of my wardrobe. But all one can do is try, and that is what one is about to do. Let's go ahead and get into the meat of the video. Okay, so I separated my pants collection. I brought it all together. I was horrified by how big it was. I just could not believe it. And so I hung most of my pants in the closet, and they filled the closet. And this will not do, y'all, because I'm hoping that this closet can hold most of my clothes. And now only my pants are overflowing from it. So I really need to do away with some pants. So I organized the pants in the closet. There's a formal section, which is what I'm starting with. The middle section is like everyday pants. And then we moved into jeans at the end. I don't have very many jeans, so just this little tiny category at the end. And then over the railing, I draped activewear and sweatpants. And I'm going to go through them in that order. So, section 1, formal pants. I'm really not sure how well you'll be able to see these black pants on camera, but you'll be able to see the footage of me wearing them and you can really see all of the details. So these are designer pants. They're from this brand ALC, and I got them at a sample sale in Los Angeles. One of the benefits of living in the fashion district in Los Angeles, which is where I used to live, I would sometimes just see sample sales going up and I would pop into them. And this one was amazing. I think that they were all just like literal samples, like mock-ups from the ALC workroom, things that never went into production, maybe samples made for models, for photography, for runway. And so these pants are very high-waisted and very long, probably higher waisted and longer than what would be put into normal production, but that fits my really long waist and long legs well. They're made out of some kind of wool suiting material, and they still fit beautifully. The other reason I'm daunted about pants, I didn't say in the intro, is that, I don't know, I feel like pants have the most specific fit of anything. And my body's fluctuating right now because I had a baby a year ago. So I've gone through this radical change in the shape of my body over the course of pregnancy. And then over the course of this year, I've gotten pretty close to the size that I used to be, but the way that my body's shaped isn't the same as what it used to be. So some things surprisingly fit exactly the same, and some things seem like they would, but they fit totally different. And I also haven't really been exercising, taking care of myself. I just haven't had much capacity to do that. So I think that a lot of these clothes, the way that they fit is going to change again over time. So that's another reason I need to give myself a little bit of wiggle room. But these pants fit perfectly now, and they will continue to fit even if I end up with a body that's a little bit more like it was before I got pregnant, because they fit on my high waist and they fit on my low waist. So I'm definitely going to keep these. Formal pants are some of my favorite pants. It's not the biggest category, and it is the one that I found I had the hardest time deciding to let go of, just to warn you. It's not the most satisfying right out of the gate. Okay, these are custom pants from Bastet Noir. I mean, the pants aren't custom. It's like a pants design that they carry, but the pants are made to order to my measurements, as everything is at Bastet Noir, which is this really cool woman-owned, no-waste clothing brand where they make everything to order, and they can make it to your specifications or just according to their sizing, small, medium, large, etc. So these were made to fit me perfectly some years ago, and they are a little tight. I think that these are really showing that, wow, my body is close to maybe a size up from what it was before, a size or a size and a half up, that the shape is a little bit different than it used to be, and kind of like the distribution of things has changed. So these are like the tiniest bit too tight to super comfortably wear, but it's not impossible for me to wear them, especially in the winter. They're like a lightweight, really soft felted wool. And I could see myself in a couple of months when it starts to get cool wearing these under a sweater that covers the waistband a little bit, because I feel like the waistband is where you can see that they're a tiny bit too tight. And you know, they're just luxuriously long and flowy. The fabric is gorgeous. White is a color, white and cream. It's like my favorite color to wear right now. So these aren't going anywhere. If in 4 years or something, they still don't fit better than they fit now, I might declutter them then, but I'm not going to do it now. Those pants were PR, by the way. Not much of this was, but those pants were. Okay, these pants are ASOS men's suit pants. And I got them because some years ago, Joe got these. Like, he was looking for high-waisted men's suit pants for himself. And I think what happened actually was that he ordered a size too small. We're almost the same size. So these are 30-inch waist, 32-inch length for men. I think he ordered a size too small, and I put them on and I was like, these are amazing. They are mine now, and I'm keeping them. And they fit a little bit more snugly. Like, they used to be a really oversized pant on me. Like, I looked like I was wearing my husband's pants and I was sort of drowning in them. Now they've become like a more fitted, more tailored trouser on me, but I kind of live for it. I almost like them better now. They hug my current waist perfectly, and I just cannot wait to get like a ton of wear out of these when the winter starts. All of these are winter pants too. That's the other thing. I'm not wearing them right now. So these, I mean, they're also a wool blend. They're like a lightweight wool blend. It's still too hot for me to wear these now, but I am hot to trot to wear these pants. They are on my mind. Oh my gosh. These. So this is a pair of leggings. They are from this Argentinian fashion brand, Cora Grappo. I bought them in Buenos Aires when I was there studying tango in 2014. I was there for a couple months. I moved to Buenos Aires for a couple of months. I was there just dancing, practicing, and taking lessons with famous tango dancers, getting my life, as I used to do. And I loved this shop. I, hadn't started my YouTube channel then. I wasn't making fashion content then, but I had a deep interest in fashion. And Buenos Aires is a really interesting fashion city. So I spent a lot of my days writing. This was a great time. I was writing and just walking around the city, wandering wandering around during the days. And then at night, and taking lessons and classes. And at night, I would go out dancing. So I came across the Coro shop during one of my adventures. I really liked everything that they sold, but I couldn't buy like much. I didn't have much to spend. And these leggings, they were like from a past season and they were super discounted and they're really cool. I mean, they have this like leather, it's like real leather treatment on them. They're sort of like legging pants. You know what I mean? I was able to afford them. So they were from this really cool little designer shop. I spent some time in there and I got to know the girls who were working there, and they ended up inviting me to the Coro runway show that was upcoming because it was like Fashion Week in Buenos Aires or something like that. So I went, my friend Hassan and I went to this fashion show in Buenos Aires, and we had these like amazing seats. I don't know why they chose to give me, just because I had been haunting their shop and not being able to afford to buy anything. They chose to give me these like, maybe they just had extra front row tickets to give away, but I don't know. There, Hassan and I were sitting in these like magnificent front row seats at a fashion show in Buenos Aires. And we were like, how did we get here? We don't know, but we'll take it. It's an incredible memory, right? Like an amazing time of life, amazing memory. I bought these because they were the only thing that I could afford at the shop, and they're cool. And they've never looked good. They just don't look good on me. It's something about the way that this detailing hits the thighs. The waist isn't quite high enough for me. Like they're not high-waisted enough for me. I need like a really high-waisted legging. I almost never wear them. No, I never wear them. Okay, I never wear them. And this is the kind of thing I'm trying to be a real hardliner about this time, y'all. It's like, could there be a more romantic and beautiful memory attached to them? No, there could not. But is that a reason to keep them hanging in my closet, making me feel bad basically every time? No. And am I going to forget about going to the Coro fashion show with Hassan? No, of course I'm not going to forget. So I think I'm going to have to sell these. It's the quintessential thing. It's an extreme example, right? This is extreme decluttering we're doing here because it's the, what's it called? Sentimental value. It's the sentimental value clause in decluttering that we're coming right up against really hard at the beginning here. But I'm keeping my vision in mind. I am keeping my vision of a sleek, beautifully curated, easy to wear wardrobe that I interact with, that I mesh with easily. This is the first house that I've owned. I don't want to already, just having moved in, start packing the corners with stuff that I'm not using. I want to have there be space and light and air in the house. And even though it's hard, I know some of you, because I told that story, are going to be like, don't do it. But I think what I want is the space that these are going to leave behind. And it doesn't mean forgetting my past. So yeah, they're weird and special and they've got a lot of sentimental value, but they are not part of my vision of the wardrobe that I want to carry into my future. So I'm going to declutter them. Okay, y'all, the monitor battery died. I had a moment to reflect. Everything, I'm still sticking with what I said. So I'm still decluttering those leggings. I'm still keeping the other 3 pairs of pants, but it just made me think that I really need to be asking myself with each pair, how does this fit in to my vision? As I was kind of starting to do there at the end. But I think that doing that in a focused way is going to be the ticket every time. Okay, so this is an amazing pair of pants that my friend Julia gave to me when she was decluttering from her wardrobe. I don't think it was during the wardrobe declutter that we did together on camera, although that's worth a watch if you haven't seen it. A little piece of HLP YouTube history. They are designer pants. They're by Phillip Lim. They're like a heavy wool woven that has a very loose weave. Can you see that? You can kind of see the light through them right there. So it looks lightweight, but it's actually quite heavy because it's wool. And I like that. I like this kind of texture. I like the fact that they are this interesting combination between like a slightly formal silhouette and a casual waistband. You know, they're really easy to wear. They have sort of sportswear qualities. The thing that has kept me from wearing them in the past was that they felt a little too tight in the waist, which is so funny because they're a little tighter on the waist now than they used to be, but they feel fine, which I think shows that my sense of what's tight and what isn't has changed, and what is comfortable my horizons have broadened. And I've realized that these pants have always fit me perfectly well and they still do fit me perfectly well. I have more tolerance for something maybe digging in a little bit, feeling a little bit more secure than I used to have. So I love these. And I think I've shied away from wearing them because of that in the past, and also because I think they're probably dry clean only. And the other pants that I've decided to keep so far, the other formal pants, I also worry about washing them. It's sort of a we'll cross that bridge when we come to it thing. I think because they all have wool in them or wool blends, and because they're formal trousers, they all say dry clean only. I think at this point with all of these pants, I've owned them for so long and they've come from such disparate places. I think I will probably hand wash them in cold water and hang them up to dry. I think that they will all probably do fine. So I'm going to remember to wear these and the other pants I've talked about so far more frequently this winter, and not to be so afraid of getting them dirty and then having to clean them when I never dry clean anything. So they're a great fit. The other thing that's great about them is that they have a little navy in them. So it provides just a little bit of variety in my wardrobe of like black, white, cream, taupe, brown. I don't really wear blue, but I feel like I can wear navy without it disrupting the vibe. Okay, this is really a tough one. I have actually been continuing to think about these pants since I tried them on for the footage. That was like a week ago. Like, it's been time since I filmed myself trying these on. When I put them on, I was like, okay, they're much tighter than the other pants right now, but there might come a day when they fit better. They do look good. I'm aware, okay? And I know that if I asked Joe, he would be like, they look the best of all. You should definitely keep them. They're tight. They're too tight for me. I don't like things to be this tight. I know that it's not making them necessarily look bad, but it's making them feel really tight. And it's not just tight on the waist. It's like they are too short in the crotch because of where they hit on my waist right now. And I just don't see myself wearing them. And honestly, I just don't know if I see myself wearing them, even if my body changes further. This color gray isn't really the vibe for me. I like them, and I've worn them a decent number of times because they're so beautiful. That's the other thing. They've got this like unusual belt situation. Lover is a small denim brand. The pleating is really pretty. The drape is really pretty, but they just, in spite of the fact that they look good and that there have been times in the past when they felt good, it feels like they're not going to get worn. That's all that I can say. It feels like they're just not going to get worn in my wardrobe no matter what. I have previously delusionally been like, these are a unicorn. It's really hard to find pants like this. I think when I found these, and I bought these in like a consignment shop, and again, they were like deeply discounted. It's a designer brand, but I got them for what at the time was like the only price that I could afford. And it was like they were deeply discounted, then half off in this consignment shop or something like that. So being resold and then the prices slashed. And I put them on and I was like, I never find pants that fit me like this. It's so hard to find high-waisted pants. It's so hard to find high-waisted pants with a loose leg. And at that time, and this was like 10 years ago or something, at that time, that was true. It was really hard to find pants that have this silhouette then. But now it's not so hard. And if I really wanted a pair of pants that fit like this, I could go out and find one that fit better than this. And that was in a color and a fabric that worked better for me. So I'd rather have the space than these pants, even if it's space to buy pants that fit my style way better than these do. So these are going to go, which kind of surprised me when I really realized it. Okay, this is a really cool pair of pants from the ALC sample sale, from the same sample sale as the pair of pants at the beginning. I like them because they are stretchy. I think that there might be some wool in them. It feels like a very lightweight stretch wool with a lot of Lycra. So they're really comfortable. They're incredibly high-waisted, and they were pretty snug on my waist before. They're still quite snug on my waist, but because of that stretch, they're totally wearable. And I actually think I'm the most confident out of all of these trousers that these are going to wash perfectly well in water. I see myself wearing these all through this upcoming winter. So I'm definitely going to keep these. I also think I'm not the biggest fan of this belt buckle. I think that these are going to look really cool when I remove this belt that comes with them and I wear them with a leather belt. It's interesting. Formal pants, I have always sort of fantasized about loving them because I love the way they fit on me. And then in the day-to-day, I've not worn them. But this summer, I've gotten really into wearing trousers in a more casual way. So I'm feeling excited about the potential to continue doing that once the winter comes and I can wear these heavier pants again. These, however, kind of a sad story. A misguided purchase. So these are so cool. They are a pair of Escada Elements pants. So they're like vintage cotton silk blend, really stunning color. I mean, technically butter yellow, honestly. I think I'm going to resell them. I should probably do it like right now because they're way too small. So when I got these at a resale shop, so I got them, I mean, it was like a vintage and secondhand stuff shop. They were already tight. Although it looks like somebody had them taken in. Do you see this? Like, it looks like it wouldn't be that hard for a tailor to open up the seam here and let them out a little bit, but there might then be, the fabric might be damaged because it's a little bit delicate. Yeah, I'm going to resell these and let somebody who fits into them better than I do wear them. You know, the day might come when they would fit, but the thing is I never wore them because I didn't have an occasion on which to wear them. They are just too formal for my everyday. When I was going to formal events, I think what happened was I got them because I just loved the way they fit. It was just too fun. You know what I mean? They were too lovely, and I really do love this like creamy color. This is the manifestation of butter yellow that works for me because it's basically just like a dark ivory cream. I was like, these are amazing. I'm going to wear them someday. I'm going to look and feel so fierce. And then that day just never came because they're like a little too fancy for every day. Those occasions on which I would wear a thing like this are so few and far between. And then I have other things that I end up wearing on those occasions. So yeah, these are getting decluttered, especially because I have this pair of Lily Silk pants. They were PR, or they were sent as part of a video that I did for Lily Silk. So I featured them in a video and then I got to keep them. They are pure silk, heavy silk charmeuse, a color that is like my favorite, right? This is perfect for my wardrobe. I love this like amazing dachshund brown. They're wide leg, the waistband sits perfectly comfortably on my waist. They're sturdily made. They definitely need like a bit of an iron, you know what I mean? Or a steam. They need a little bit of TLC because they've been thrown around, packed up, taken from place to place. But this is a no-brainer for me. These are amazing pants. And you know, anything to which I would have worn those Escada pants, I can wear these instead. This is another pair of Lily Silk pants from that same video. They're really lovely, soft, lightweight wool flannel. You know, gray again, which isn't necessarily my favorite for my wardrobe, but this is a slightly deeper gray. It's like this really fine houndstooth. This makes more sense to me for my wardrobe than the gray pants from Lover, and the way that they fit, the very loose fit. They've got this elastic on the back, which is great for me because they're comfortable. Like, I can just see myself grabbing these and throwing them on day after day after day after day with a sweater in the winter, and I'm definitely going to keep them, and I'm going to do that. Y'all, these, the famous, the iconic Tibby pants, they still fit. They fit more tightly than they did when I filmed that video back in the day. So I bought these for a video that was like recreating one of my favorite Pinterest outfits by like buying the exact outfit. The fit is as amazing as it was then. Before, they were really loose and I was able to wear them super low on my waist. Now I can sort of still do that, but they are asserting themselves as like a mid to high-waisted trouser. Of course, the color is an outlier in my current wardrobe. The color is kind of shocking. I just cannot give up these pants. I think this is another pant that is going to look amazing with a leather belt now that I have leather belts and I sometimes wear them. This is another pant that I've been kind of afraid to wear because I've been afraid to wash it, but I think it's going to wash well. It's like a sturdy stretch wool, right? So I am going to figure out how to wash and wear with these, get comfortable with that and wear them. When the weather starts cooling off, I'm going to air them. Like, I'm going to wear them on repeat and make them part of my wardrobe. It's going to be shocking, right? Everything else neutral. And then this one pair of coral pants. You know, I think they were supposed to be part of a resort collection because of the color. So maybe even though they have a little wool in them, maybe they're supposed to be lightweight enough to wear in the summer. Maybe I should start wearing them now and see how it goes. And I can wash them and hang them out on the line. Yeah, I'm just determined to bond with these pants. I'm determined to have them be like a moment of levity in my very streamlined wardrobe. I'm determined to get comfortable with getting them dirty and washing them. I really want to make it work with them because silhouette wise, they're very me. And the color, I don't know, it's a little pink for me, but I think it has something to offer me, you know? But silhouette wise, it's like they're very aligned. All right, these Babaton pants. This is an old, ill-advised purchase from Aritzia. Aritzia makes these pants year after year. I do love Aritzia, and I really wanted to love a pair of these pants because the fabric of these is so amazing. It's like a soft wool felt. It's just glorious. However, they're much too short for me. The length is terrible, and it doesn't just look terrible. They're short-waisted, it feels terrible, but also they have like elastic at the cuffs, so they get stuck on my legs and I can't pull them up, and like the pants get tugged down from my waist. The fit is just truly terrible, and I don't know why I purchased them back when I did, which was like back when I was in grad school. I used to teach in them. I'm sure I looked terrible, but I just didn't recognize it because the glamour of the pants, like the promise of them, had blinded me to the way that they actually fit and looked. But I'm gonna sell these. Okay, those are all the formal pants. I see Sadie. I have the footage pulled up of myself trying on the pants so I could reference the way that they looked. Didn't realize she had come in. I feel like I kept a lot of formal pants. I mean, I let go of 4 pairs, is that right? Yeah, and I kept 8 pairs. So I decluttered a third of them. That's not bad, but I need to stick to my plan to actively wear that part of my pants collection because they were the ones when I was trying them on that I loved the most and the most effortlessly. So I want to make them the center of my winter wardrobe. They were all winter pants though, so it's a little bit hard to know right now. Okay, moving on to what I think of as daily wear pants. So they're not necessarily casual, but they're not as structured or as tailored. Some of them are structured and tailored, but they're not as, maybe some of these are as formal. They're just summer pants. So maybe the category was really formal winter pants. I guess I did see Sadie at the time. I see her myself in the footage snuggling her. Okay, this is an interesting situation that we have here. 2 pairs of the same pant, but I think maybe from different seasons, slightly different fabrics and different sizes. So this is the Doen Valentine pant. The first pair is a size 6 and it's from the first season that they were released. And the sizing is totally wonky on these pants. I think it was then and it is now based on how both of these pairs fit me, but that is why I ended up with 2 pairs. So the 6 used to be really snug, really high-waisted on me, and now they are too tight. And I kept them, and I'm going to continue to keep them because they're a much sleeker pant than these, which are the 12. You'll see when I put the 12 on that the fit is really quite similar. It's just not quite as tight, not super tight. The 6 is super tight on me, and the 12 is like wearable, and they're also longer and more voluminous. I have the 12 because my friend Simbri got them, and then she ended up getting a different size. I think that Doen ended up sending her a different size or something, so she had these and she brought them to me, and she was like, she knew that I had tried the 6 on recently and that they had been too tight, and she was like, do you want to try these 12s? I feel like the 12s actually fit more like an 8 or 10 should, and the 6 kind of fits more like a 4 should. Just letting you know in case you want to buy the Valentine pant in the future. I think they're designed to be really tight in the waist, but I don't like that. I like the way that the 12s fit me, the current 12s. But as you can see, these 12s on me are like really, really statement pants. They're longer, they're really rustly and voluminous, where the 6s had this sort of tidy, sleek profile. And that's why I'm also going to keep them, because if in a year or so these fit again without feeling too tight, I'm going to be really glad that I have them as an option. But I'm going to put them away. So this is the beginning of, so far I've just had like declutters and keeps in my closet. Now I'm starting a third category, which is clothes that I'm going to keep, but I'm going to keep them in storage because my body's so in flux and I don't like having things hanging in my closet that I'm not actively wearing. Okay, these are just way too big. I got them when I was pregnant. I got them from like a thrift shop. They're just like these lightweight cotton pants, but now they don't fit anymore. So I'm going to hang on to them in case I want to give them to anyone or in case I need them again, but they are also going to get packed away. Oh, this is a weird situation. Okay, I have these weird looking on me pants. They are so beautiful, but they look so weird on me. And I have them because I have them in black and they're incredible. So they're by this brand, Lauren Manoogian, which is like a very expensive handmade knitwear, sort of niche designer brand. And I got the black pair when I was living in Michigan. It was so cold and I felt like I was never warm. And I was like, all I need in life, and I cannot live without it, is a pair of pants that are sweaters, like a sweater pant. I need a wool sweater pants. And I found them in this little shop in Portland, Oregon when I was there visiting. And even though they were really expensive, expensive, I bought them. I bought the black pair and I have them right here. It's the same pant, the black pant, same size, same season even, I think. I wore the black ones all the time, like literally every day of my freezing cold life through that winter in Michigan. And eventually I was like, I would love to have these in another color. Okay. So I got these gray ones from eBay. It was actually amazing. I couldn't believe I found them. They were significantly less expensive than it costs to buy these new. I was so excited and I got them. They arrived. I put them on and they just did not look right. They've never looked right. It's something about the fabric. I think that the black ones, well, it feels like it might be a slightly different wool. And they're handmade in small batches. So it is like, it's a slightly different, maybe it's just that it's wool from a different animal, or like spun on a different day, but it feels like the gray ones have a slightly tighter finish. I don't know what it is. Might be the color, might be that the gray ones are kind of more revealing. Might be that the waistband elastic is just a tiny bit tighter on the gray ones, which I think that they are. They just don't feel quite as loose, but that could also be because I wore the black ones so much in Michigan that I broke the elastic in. In any case, I'm keeping these black pants because it gets cold here as well. I kept them through my LA years and I am keeping them still. I love the way they look. They have like a dropped crotch. They look really cool around the cuffs of the pant, like around the ankles. They sit beautifully on my hip bones. They're really comfortable. They're really broken in. They're not precious. Like I don't feel precious about them. They're amazing. The gray ones are in perfect condition because I barely wore them. I mean, honestly, look at them. They literally look like they just came straight from Lauren Manoogian. Like nobody has ever worn them a day in her life. They're like absolutely perfect. Not a pill in sight. I'm going to sell them. These, however, talk about knitted pants that you cannot pry from my cold dead hands. These were a PR last year from this brand, La Saison Sportive. Was it last year? No, it was this year because I ended up wearing, they have a matching top, which did I put it on when I was filming? Yes, I did put it on. Okay, look at this set. Look at this set. It's like washable merino wool made in Brooklyn. Like it is so amazing. Look at the color. Look at it. I love this so much. I ended up wearing the top of this outfit to my poetry reading at the Folger Library when my book was launched. That iconic event, I actually wore this sweater to that and I wore it with those lily silk pants, those brown silk lily silk pants. It was a great outfit. I was like, I only dress in different shades and textures of brown. But these pants are really cozy and also look chic. My exact vibe for the winter. They're pretty generously sized. This is a large. I could definitely wear a medium. The large is probably, it feels really loose, but it stays up, like that's kind of the fit. I could actually probably wear a medium or a small and they would just be varying degrees of tight and revealing. But right now I'm really into the kind of body skimming qualities of this pair in a size large. So I'm definitely keeping these. I love the set. I love mixing and matching them with other things. I'm really into this brand. And then there's a pair of pants in here that I don't have with me up here because I took them downstairs to wear them a couple of days ago. And that's these pants from COS. This is like current season or most recent season COS, just cotton tailored kind of khaki or beige. I wear these pants all the time. That's why they're the ones that I swiped from the pile to wear again, kind of midway through this declutter. And that's why I don't have them here because they're downstairs in my bedroom. These are my most worn pants right now. They look amazing with everything. They look especially amazing with a belt. I have some pictures on Instagram where I posted myself wearing them in different outfits. They're just, to me, they're like the gem of the season. Actually, the Ozma Field pants might be my most worn pants right now, but I have owned these for longer than the Field pants, so I think I got more wear out of them over the course of the entire summer. Okay, another pair of Doan pants that doesn't fit right now, or that fits but is too tight for me right now. This, I can't remember what they called this pant. Isn't this a beautiful color? So you can see they don't look like they don't fit, but they feel like they don't fit. Like they feel they're up my butt a little bit. They are squeezing kind of on my belly a little bit. I could see myself getting to a point, maybe by next summer, where they fit better and they feel comfortable to wear. Until then, I'm going to put them away with the other Doan pants that have potential, I think, to be forever pants in my wardrobe, but that I'm just not wearing right now because of my current circumstance and because of the changes in my body. So I hope they'll fit again someday. I'm going to wait a couple years and I'll let them go if they don't. Also, Doan does make that pant year after year, or at least they've made it 2 summers in a row. So if I end up not being able to wear those ones comfortably again, I can just buy them again at some point down the line in a bigger size. This is an interesting pair of pants. Beautiful linen pants from this brand Crea Concept. I got them in a little boutique in Portland, Oregon. I also remember them being extremely on sale at the time. It was one of those situations from my youth where I was in a shop where I couldn't really afford anything, but then I found something in the back where a sale was on sale, and they were super discounted and in my budget, and they happened to fit perfectly, and I was really excited that I had found them. They do still fit pretty well. I think it was another, again, situation where at the time it was very difficult to find high-waisted pants. I love that they're all linen, but this cool-toned gray is not it, my friends. This is just not in my palette anymore. And these pants are also too short for me, I realized when I tried them on. So I am going to declutter them. These COS pants I regret buying. They are also pretty recent. I got them because I love this incredibly lightweight sheer, semi-sheer pant. I love semi-sheer clothing. I loved that these were the elastic is so softly stretchy. They don't feel burdensome on the waist. They are kind of resort wear. I think they're sort of almost meant to be a swimsuit cover up, and they have these huge slits on the sides, which I like, and I thought I would really love wearing through the summer, and I thought that I was going to wear these constantly. But what happened was that for the kind of lifestyle that I have right now, even in the home, I'm often sitting on the bed, sitting cross-legged, sitting on the floor with my baby. Everywhere I go wearing these pants, it's just my legs are just out and the pants are sort of just flapping around. The slit, it works really well if you're walking down the street, if you're standing and you're doing things. Sitting around, lying around, getting up and sitting down, getting up and sitting down, it doesn't work as well. And so I found myself avoiding wearing them because of that slit. However, a slit like that is really nice for tango pants, and I think that I'm going to keep these. And when I start dancing again, which I haven't been able to do, partly because of my schedule, but also because I've injured one of my feet. When I start dancing again, I think that I'll wear these to dance. And you can see in the footage, as soon as I had them on, I was like, these will be great for tango. So I'm going to keep them. I wish that they had ended up being as useful as I hoped that they would be. And they haven't, but maybe someday, I'm hopeful that in the future, I will find a way for them to be as useful. And I'm going to give them a chance before I declutter them. A chance at that. These pants I have worn a lot this summer. They are from a small Australian brand called Unique Space. I got them last year, and they're the Jonathan pant. I actually hemmed them because I was wearing them very low on my waist when I was pregnant, and I ended up hemming them so that the hems wouldn't get dirty. Even though I have very long legs, they're just incredibly long pants, and I think they're supposed to be super high-waisted. But even with the huge cuff that I hemmed into them, which you can see, they're still quite long. I can still wear them pretty high-waisted. I love them so much that it's been hard for me to resist buying a second pair, but they're quite expensive. It's a really kind of fancy, finely made, natural fibers, niche, boutique-y brand. So, it's low fashion. Basically, it's low fashion. So these are investment pants, and I would like to someday own the black ones, but I've resisted so far. However, these I'm definitely keeping. This is also a COS pant. It's the linen version of the other pants that I had on before. I don't like them as much as I like the kind of lightweight khaki ones. They're a little more refined because of the linen blend and because of the way that they flow. They have this really lightweight flowy quality. But because I've been washing, wearing, and I really do, I just wash them and hang them up on the line. I'm not dry cleaning them, which I think actually you're supposed to do. Yeah, it says no wash, but then it says line dry. But you're not supposed to wash them in water. And so I knew that I would be compromising some of the crispness and sharpness by washing them in water. And I decided to just do that anyway. So they've become a little bit more relaxed, a little more beat up, faded on the edges, not as crisp, but they still look great. And I still really like them. I don't know. I like those super oversized khaki ones better, but I'm going to keep these. These have been real workhorses for me this summer. Finally, here they are, the Ozma Field pant. So since they came into my life, definitely my most worn pant. I am so into them. As you know, if you saw my video about super versatile clothing pieces and I sung their praises, I have the size medium. Some of you were asking on that video. I thought I might be a large, but the larges just literally fell off my body onto the floor. They're pretty oversized. They're generous. They're meant to be like slouchy so you can hike them up and cinch them really tight with a belt if you want. I love the look of these and I really love the versatility. I love that they can be dressed up or down in a pretty extreme way. I love that they're sturdy enough for me to wipe my hands on them when I'm cooking. I mean, not like my hands covered with gross food, but like rinse my hands and then wipe them. And I know that everything's going to wash out. They have a stain on them right now. You can see in the footage, but I just know these pants and I know how beautifully they come out of the wash every time. I'll just rub some stain remover into that spot and it'll come right out and they'll look amazing. So I'm a big fan. These are like my top pair of pants right now and kind of all time. Oh my gosh, y'all. I just I had to clear some pants out of this space that I'm sitting in. So I put some of them back in the closet, the ones that I've decided to keep. So far it's like 13 or 14 pairs and 9 of them were clearly winter pants. So that's interesting. I feel like the winter pants and the summer pants are really separating from each other. But then I went to get the other pants to bring, like more pants and so many pants. I feel like I need to be more vicious and I also feel like I need to be quicker. Ooh, it's just started raining pretty hard. I don't know if you can hear that, but if you can, that's what it is. Okay, this is a really lovely pair of pants from the brand Scotch and Soda. I like how the waist is. I like how they fit, kind of like the stripe. I like that they look formal, but they feel like loungewear. I like that they're black and tan. They're too short for me. They hit at an awkward length on my leg, and that is very clear to me now. So I'm going to sell them. This is an amazing pair of pants from the brand Rusha. I love this brand and everything they do, and almost all of the pants are too short for me. They really are designed for short people, and most of the pants, and I have a pair coming up that I'm going to declutter because of this. Most of their designs, it's like if they would make them in a long length, they would work for me, but because they only make regular and short, and regular in my opinion is incredibly short, they don't work. However, among some of their pants, there are some that are longer, just the designs are longer. They're like a design for a longer pant rather than sort of I think a lot of them are trying to be that like just ankle grazing, but on me, it makes them a little high water. Whereas the ones that are supposed to be ground grazing or shoe grazing, then they're ankle grazing on me and they look amazing. So that's what these are. And also these are clearly designed to be super low waisted if you want them to be like really, really dropped, or to be like that paper bag that's cinched up really high. So that means that I can kind of control the length because I can control where they sit on my waist. So these are like dream pants. I absolutely love them and I'm definitely keeping them. This is another pair of COS trousers that I kind of surprised myself by buying because they're really blue. They're a really, really blue faux denim. They're like a lightweight linen denim and I like them a lot. Blue is really an incongruous color in my wardrobe. I feel like every year or two, I feel the urge to buy a really strong blue garment because it sort of ends up being like a power color for me because it's so unusual in my wardrobe. It's like the opposite of my usual color story. So I have that really blue sweater. I could actually really see myself wearing these with that super blue sweater as soon as the weather cools off. They are a little big. I do belt them, but they're just the other two size 10 pants from COS fit perfectly, and these just are a little slouchy and they don't have that adjustability. So, you know, they're a little sloppy. Maybe if I had it to do over again, I would go back and get an 8. But these have been great summer pants for me. I've just been throwing them on, especially to be comfortable, lounge around the house, but then with a crisp white t-shirt or a crisp white linen button down, they can actually look surprisingly sharp. With something oversized, they have that really lovely, super double slouchy look. So they also have been really good workhorse pants for me. These and the brown trousers from COS, you know, it's interesting. They're deteriorating a little bit. They don't have the same kind of integrity as like the Ozma Field pants, for example, which come out of the wash literally like new. So I'm not sorry I have them because I really like how they look and feel and I like how they are with putting outfits together. But I have kind of learned something from that, I think. These are the other Rusha pants. I've had them for a long time and I just haven't been able to admit that they are a bit short because what I do is I'll wear them really low on my waist to make it look like it works. Or I'll wear them with my Chelsea boots that come up high and kind of bridge the gap. But even then, doing that, the proportions aren't quite right. And I'm just tired of it. I'm tired of having to make it work with these. And I'm tired of feeling like I'm putting on pants that are just like 2 inches too short on my legs. They're so cool. The fabric's so cool. The color's so great. The way that they hang is so special. And I just don't want disappointments like this hanging around. The quality is through the roof. You know, like everything about them is perfect. I can't do it. I've got to cut ties with this type of thing where it's always going to be a little awkward, like looking and feeling. I just don't want that anymore. Okay, this is a really interesting pair of pants to me. This brand is called Oscar. It is kind of a niche, hard to come by, very expensive brand. These pants are so expensive. I found them in a resale shop. They were very affordable. I can't remember exactly what it was, but they were being resold for just a mere fraction of what they go for, the hundreds of dollars that they go for online. They were a little tight because they were a little low-waisted on me, so I lengthened the crotch on them. And you can see the repair that I did. I basically took the pants and cut like a deeper crotch. I like cut out of the legs to make the waist longer, and then I sewed it back up with my serger. This was a couple of years ago. And because the waist lengthened, it fit better because it fit tighter, because it fit higher up on my waist where my waist is smaller. And they still fit. They're really stretchy at the waistband because they've got this elastic in the back and it's quite a soft stretch. So they ended up being amazing. I mean, look at these like lantern legs with the origami style tucks at the cuffs. They are just really cool pants, and they're this super, super soft, cozy felted wool. I mean, that's the thing you can't really see in the pictures. They're so soft and cozy. They're 100% wool. They've got some little holes in them. Whoever had them before, maybe it was moths. I mean, I am really paranoid about moths. So I put them in the freezer. Maybe it was moths that did this. Maybe that's why they were at the consignment store. You know what? These are so cozy that it's been hard to imagine not keeping them. And also I altered them and they fit so well and all of this stuff. They just feel, well, they also seem like maybe because of these holes, they could be kind of unprecious. They're a little tight and they're gray, and I'm trying not to have so many gray things in my wardrobe because I'm not that into gray anymore. I could kind of see myself starting to wear them as the winter, because I think I found these at like the end of the winter 2 winters ago, and then I didn't get the chance to wear them. I could kind of see myself suddenly wearing them a ton and being like, oh, I'm so glad I got these. Like I can kind of see them having a renaissance. I tried them on with a sweater to see what that felt like. But then they've got a hole in the cuff that I can just see with my eyes. I'll have to sew that up. I just don't know. They look so great. They're so me. It's the kind of pants that I've been like always looking for my whole life. There are things about them that are telling me I should definitely keep them. I know you all are going to be like, you should obviously declutter them, Hannah. This is crazy talk. You obviously don't value them. They're full of holes. They have all these problems. I know, and they're gray and you don't even like them. I know that you're going to be saying that, but I just don't feel the clarity. I'm going to keep them through this round, and then at the end, I think I will do maybe like another round. So there are maybe. Okay, this is going to probably be an unpopular opinion. I don't want to keep these. This color, this peachy color, is not my vibe anymore. They look admittedly beautiful. These are the Linen Fox Clementine pants. They're such a beautiful pant. I know. I even see myself on the screen. When I walk out in them, it's like they look amazing, right? I know they look great with my coloring. I know that they flow beautifully. They're linen wide leg pants. They're amazing, right? There are a couple things. One is the color. If these were white or black or even brown, I would keep them. But this pink, every time I wear them, I feel like I'm compromising. I feel like I'm dressed up in someone else's clothes or in my past self's clothes. That's what it is. I feel like I wear them because they're comfortable, but I don't like the way that the elastic part gets like bunchy on the sides and sticks out on either side. And so it's hard to have like a nice long line down the side when I'm wearing them. I have another pair that's like a size small or extra small that doesn't have that problem. So I think that the size is just because of the cut, the size is a little too generous, but it's mostly the color. It's mostly that this color is nowhere else in my wardrobe. I don't love it anymore. Again, I'd make it work if they were white or cream or brown or black, but these just no longer suit me and what I am working towards. And so I am going to declutter them. The black pair, however, needs to be washed. Got some food on it or something. Sorry. They have a smoother line at the waist, as you can see, and these do fit perfectly with my current aesthetic and what I'm aiming at, and I'm definitely going to keep these. I need to wash them, but I'm going to keep them. These petite plie pants, this is such a cool brand. They make these really wild clothes for kids that grow as the kids grow. So they have like these pleats and then they stretch and stretch and stretch as the kids grow. This is their maternity pant. They sent these to me too late in my pregnancy for me to actually wear them. And I think they're also a size too big. But again, I'm going to keep these in case I need them or I want to give them to someone else. But I'm going to pack them away. Oh, these are those amazing St. John sport pants that I got at the thrift shop. These are great, like sleek winter. This is like a heavy wool blend knit, I believe. Yeah, 80% wool, 20% rayon. They say dry clean only. We'll see about that. They are vintage. And I don't know, these remind me of some of the other trousers that I ended up keeping, like those Phillip Lim ones that Julia gave me. I can just see myself wearing these. Given what I've been wearing this summer, like given the kind of clothing I've been wearing and the kinds of looks that I've been sporting, I could see myself wearing these a lot in the coming winter. Okay, I absolutely love these wild pleated pants from Grisas. This is like a silk cotton, I want to say. Yeah, silk linen. It is an amazing fabric. However, they're size XXL. They're way too big. They like fall off of me. I got these to wear when I was pregnant and they were amazing. I wore them throughout. They were perfect for months and months and months of it. I'm going to hang on to them in case I ever need them again and or in case I decide to like try to take them in, which is something that I might do because I just love them. Hey y'all, hi. It's the next day. I can't remember if yesterday, if I said that I was going to have to stop for the day and that I would come back the next day. I don't think I did. I think I just stopped because it was so tired. This is exhausting. It is grueling. I think that declutters in general can be kind of emotionally grueling. And this one certainly is that way for me. And then it's like physically taxing to talk everything through. It's taxing on the voice. At the end of the day yesterday, I could barely talk. I lost my voice and my will to speak. So, I took a break. I'm back today. I've just been feeling like, oh my gosh, I have so many pants. It's humiliating. I talk about having fewer, nicer things. And then here I am, exposing my pants hoarding problem. But this is literally every pant scraped from the corners of my life and things that I hung on to and I should have decluttered them, things that have been packed away for literally 2 years because I was going through pregnancy. So it's a time at which it makes sense that I have an excess of pants. And it also is a time at which it makes sense that it would be difficult for me to be decluttering pants, which I kind of went over at the beginning of the video. Just here at the probably more than halfway mark, I feel like I needed to say something like that because I'm feeling a lot of feelings and some of it's stress about doing this publicly, I think. So that was another reason why I felt like I needed a break. But I was about to say I had a good night's sleep. Lies. The night happened. The sun set. The sun then again rose. And now here I am. And we're going to keep going. Before I came in here, I went and looked in the closet where I've been hanging up the pants that I'm keeping. And I counted, I think it was 9 or 10 pairs of winter pants. And then 5 pairs of summer only pants. And then 4 or 5 pairs of pants that can be either winter or summer. So that kind of makes sense to me. That's a lot of winter pants. It really tells me something about the kinds of pants that I really love and tend to collect. But it's not as super intense and crazy as I was sort of feeling it was as I was going through. It's not like, oh my gosh, I tried to declutter and I ended up with 45 pairs of pants. I feel like I'm doing okay. That was a little bit energizing. So let's keep going. Might reassess at the end, whittle it down some more, but I think it's going to be okay. Okay, pep talk over. Pants commencing. This is another pair of Russia pants. And remember I was talking about everything they do is so cool. Look at this. Remember I was saying that most of the Russia pants are too short in the leg for me. And that was why I had to declutter that kind of mustard colored canvas pant. So these I bought on a super, super sale at a time when almost none of my pants fit. And they were a bit big for me even then. And so I never really bonded with them. I never really got into wearing them. And I sort of thought that I might end up decluttering them in this declutter. They are a touch on the short side, but they're long enough, a little longer than a lot of ruche pants. They're long enough that I can make it work. And they're really designed to be worn on the quite low waist. So when I hike them up and tighten them with this, they have this like drawstring so you can wear them higher if you want to and cinch them. When I do that, they're still not too short. Like they still graze my ankle and I could still make it work. But I think that they really are at their best when they're like really drop waisted and kind of drop crotch. And they're that sort of slightly avant-garde, artistic silhouette. And when I put them on and when I adjusted them in that way for this declutter, I was sort of surprised at how amazing they look. I think I had kind of forgotten how sharp they are, how cool they look. They've been kind of eclipsed by the Ozma field pant, which is a very similar kind of lightweight white denim. So I've been tending to wear those instead of these. But putting them on in this really low-waisted way with a blouse, I don't know, it made me want to wear them like literally immediately. It made me have a new appreciation for them and realize that I think that they can work for my style and my lifestyle and kind of even give me some of what the Ozma field pant gives me, but a little bit different. And I'm wanting to wear that pant all the time. So I'm going to give them a continuation of their chance, a continuation of the chance that they have been given, and to keep them for now. These, a misguided choice. So this is the Doe and Valentine pant. Look at this madness. This is a 10. So I had the black ones in a 6 and a 12. I got these also on sale when Doe was having a sale relatively recently because I missed my black pair. This was before Simbri had brought me the black pair that fits way better. I missed having a pant in that silhouette and I did something that I shouldn't have done. And I compromised on my color story because they didn't have the black ones in the sale. And I thought, even though these are like this celery color that I just don't wear, and don't plan to add to my wardrobe, the silhouette of this pant is so covetable and so nice. And I know I really loved the black pair in size 6 when I had them. And I just was like, it doesn't matter. It was an experiment. How about I throw myself a bone and say it was one of those experimental purchases. Like I was talking about in my video about the balance between sure things and experiments. This was a sure thing in a lot of ways. I thought the sizing would be right. I thought the silhouette would be right. I knew I loved the pant. And it was experimental in terms of color. I was going out on a limb a little bit. But the thing is, they arrived and they're like just as tight as the 6s. The sizing for this pant is absolutely whacked. I mean, it's just very unpredictable, I've found. But I could have made it work in the way that I could make the black pair work, except that in practice, in real life, the color, I just never want to wear it. I never want to wear these pants. You can see I haven't even taken off the tag because I have never wanted to wear them because I don't want to wear this color. So I'm going to sell them. You know, they're brand new, totally unworn. I should be able to sell them easily at a designer consignment shop. And that's what I'm going to do because they were final sale. That was the thing I was trying to remember. They were final sale during the Doe sale. These. I thought I would. I don't know. I still don't know what I'm going to do with these. Let me see the footage. These are funny. So they're these sort of like very high-waisted, slouchy, straight leg sweatpants from COS. I do like this color for myself. I like a lounge pant that doesn't necessarily have a lounge silhouette. There's just a little bit of structure to them. I think they kind of make me feel, I like this weird sort of dipped wax, the details, I really like that. They're great pants. I wore them a lot when I first got them, and not only when I first got them, for like a year, maybe even longer than that after I first got them. I have gotten a lot of wear out of these pants, so they've served me well, but my tastes have evolved a little bit and I just have found myself not wearing them as much. But then, the past couple years have been weird. They didn't fit. They got put away. I'm not really sure what my relationship with them is going to be. When I first saw them, I was like, oh, I'm going to declutter those. I don't know why. I think it's because the straightness of them kind of makes me feel a little bulky. But then when I put them on, I liked it. I liked how they looked on me. And I think what I'm going to do, not just based on having them on, but also seeing myself in the footage just now, I'm going to keep them and give them another chance. I could actually see myself just starting to wear them a lot in the coming days, like as sort of a slightly elevated lounge look, because I've kind of been needing more stuff like that. I've been wearing trousers and button-down shirts kind of every day. I could really use more of this in my life. So let's see how it goes if I keep them. These, on the other hand, kind of sad because if you were with me when I first got these, when was it? It was my birthday right before lockdown back in February of that fateful year. And I was wearing them with like a bright orange wool top that matched them, that looked amazing. The whole thing looked amazing. They have seized up a little bit, shrunk up a little bit. They're just too short. They were always just on the edge. I probably shouldn't have bought them because of the length, but now that I've washed them, they're just too short and a little too short in the waist. It's interesting. I was talking a big game yesterday about washing my dry clean only clothes. Let's see if these are supposed to be. Well, no. Okay. This says wash cold, lay flat to dry. So these are not dry clean only. So it's not my fault. I feel like in this situation, I think they weren't pre-shrunk and I did wash them cold and lay flat to dry and they lost like a couple of inches from the bottom and became pants that don't really suit my frame. Whereas before, I think that they looked pretty decent. But that's always a risk, or something like that is always a risk with hand washing things that say dry clean only. Even if you know that the fabric can take it and it's not going to ruin the fabric, there's always a chance that it could change the fit a little bit. So I try not to do that unless I feel like I won't be totally crushed if that happens and that the pants will still have resale value if that happens or something. And if I'm really unwilling to risk it, then I will not do that. But in this case, yeah, it's a shame, but I didn't know that that would happen. I also feel a little less crushed than I otherwise might with these because I'm not as inclined to wear this color anymore as I was at the time. So I'm going to declutter these and it's okay. I have too many pants anyway. Okay, this to me is like the quintessential candidate to be decluttered. They're pants that are really comfortable, beautifully made, beautiful fabric, a cut that I tend to like, which is that they're like drop crotch baggy harem pants. They're from this brand Linen Fox, which I absolutely love. Everything about them is appealing. Everything about them is a show. You know, everything about them makes one think that I would love them and wear them, and I don't wear them because they make me feel dowdy. There's something about the way they drape in the back. I usually love harem pants, but there's something about the way these ones drape on me that I don't think looks good. Instead of having that chicness, it just looks saggy, it's kind of a fine line, I guess, but whatever it is, for whatever reason, whether it's in my head, whether it's real life, I've had these for years and I almost never wear them and I pull them out. I think I should wear these more and then I don't wear them. It's like there's a lot of material about the waist. There's a lot of material on the hips. They just aren't working for me and I need to stop belaboring it and just declutter them. Curiously, a somewhat similar pant from this brand, Black Crane, that I absolutely love. One of my maybe all-time favorite clothing brands, this really tiny brand. I have these pants in both black and in this like grayish, greenish brown, and they are two of my most worn pairs of pants of all time in my life. Maybe actually the black pair might actually be the pants that I've worn the most in my life, literally ever. Like I've worn them so much. They work with everything. They have that chic drape. They are, they have that kind of bohemian quality. I'm definitely going to hang on to these. Curiously, this summer, as I've said, I've been wearing more tailored pants and I didn't wear these through the summer or the black pair. This is the first summer in maybe a decade that I didn't wear these two pairs of pants basically on repeat. So it might be that their star is fading in my life. It might be that the time has come and that I'm just starting to dress in a slightly more put together way or a slightly less bohemian way. But I think it's too soon to tell. It's too soon to like declutter them. And they're also both very size versatile. They both have kind of fit me at every size. So that's a good thing to keep around as well. So I'm going to hang on to these. Here's the black pair, exactly the same pant, but in black. These, they're a little faded because I've washed them so many times. They've been washed and worn so many times. Something I wanted to do for a long time is to dye these in like a black dye, do like a black dye wash with them to refresh them and make them sharper. I still intend to do that. It's like on my forever to-do list. Okay, this is an absolutely spectacular pair of pants that was a PR from Ozma when I was at like my most pregnant. Like I was wearing these literally the day before I went into labor. They're generously sized. So this is an extra large and they were able to fit me then because They're really lovely and loose. They have become, I have to admit, too big. So even when I cinch them all the way up, it's just too much material. They don't hang quite right. I think if it were like a large or a medium, I'd be able to make it work. But the way that the pockets are, it's just, I think I'm going to keep them because they're amazing, the Ozma Sunset Pant. But I'm going to put them in the box of things that I'm hanging on to in case I need them again, in case my size changes again. Now I'm saying this, but I'm looking at myself on the screen in these pants. I remember the feeling when I put them on. I felt like they were way too big, and there was I was having to tie the drawstring too tight in order to keep them up. They look good in the pictures. I might try them on one more time after this just to see. I just remember when I tried them on, immediately thinking like, oh yeah, I'm going to keep these, but I'm going to put them away for a while. Oh, this is a really cool pair of pants. But now that I've counted what's making it into my closet, I'm like, I feel a bit defensive about winter pants. These are definitely winter pants. This is a pair of 100% merino wool. They're basically sweatpants, but they're so tight on me that they're leggings. And I got them at Aritzia when I was in grad school. So probably 9 years ago. I don't think they still make this exact pant at Aritzia. They are so awesome. They're so warm. They feel great. They look great. They're like sweaters for my legs, and I am definitely keeping them. They also wash beautifully. Like it was just a really lucky buy at the time. One of these garments that just is eminently practical and going to last a lifetime. And I loved them at the time, but I think I didn't even then know quite how impeccable they were. There is this run in one of the pockets right here. So I guess they are starting to show a little bit of wear. But even if they were full of holes, I would still put them on when I'm really cold in the winter. They're kind of a cross between sort of like a long john type of thing for me and a pant that I would wear out and about. Okay, let's look at these two pairs of Susie Condi pants. I love this brand, Susie Condi. The pants are incredibly expensive. I bought both of these from eBay. Again, back at a time when almost none of my pants fit. And now they're both a bit too big, but they're not so big that they don't work. They just don't quite fit, I think, the way that they're supposed to. I don't mind an oversized slouchy pant, obviously, but it's kind of a question of like, how often am I going to be reaching for these in my daily life? So the terry cloth pair, which is the pair that is on top here and the pair that I put on first. I think with both of these, it's going to be hard to tell until the winter because they're both kind of cozier pants. And I think that they both will work the best with, or at least I think this pair will work the best with sweaters, like especially slightly oversized sweaters that kind of come down quite long, because the top part of this pant is sort of like leggings. I mean, they're not tight enough on me to be leggings, but the silhouette is closer at the top and then swoopier at the bottom. So I could see wearing them in the winter, the fall and the winter, which is right around the corner, even though it doesn't feel like it. The velour pair is higher waisted and a bit more of like a jogger. And so they actually look more correct on me, even though they are also oversized. Like they're also quite baggy. These I feel like I could be wearing now. They've been packed, so I haven't been wearing them. But I'm definitely going to keep these. I might toy with the idea of selling the terry cloth pants. I think I'm going to put the terry cloth pair in the giveaway pile for now and see how that feels. Y'all, it's time to talk about denim. So I have 4 pairs of jeans. Is that right? I had 4 pairs of jeans. I don't count those faux denim lightweight linen pants as jeans. I mean like real jeans. I have 4 pairs. I had 4 pairs. I have 4 pairs going into this declutter. Soon I will have had 4 pairs. So jeans are really telling the tale to me about the changes in my body. And it's interesting. These, the Levi's high loose, they still fit. Some might say they look better than they did before. They're tighter, but they kind of feel good. I liked them before because they were these really loose, like shifting around my waist level of loose pants. And now they are just very high-waisted, fitted pants that have a wide leg. They look, I think, a little bit less sloppy than they did before. And that sloppiness kind of kept me from wearing them as much as I would have liked. Now, putting them on this time, I was like, oh, I could kind of see myself wearing these like a lot. Starting now, I could see myself wearing them a lot. And so I'm definitely going to keep these. It surprises me. I kind of thought that they were on their way out. I even like how they look cuffed. Like, yeah, I am going to bring these back in my life. They would look great with the button downs that I've been wearing, with the t-shirts that I've been wearing. my beloved Silver Lake denim jeans in this amazing wash. These are like the best fitting jeans. I'm not a jeans person, as you can kind of tell. I talked a lot about these when I bought them because it was at the time when I was budgeting and I was reporting back. I mean, I'm still budgeting, but I was doing like a really strict budget that I was publicizing every month and like keeping track of everything in my videos. I was budgeting on my channel. So I talked a lot about this purchase, and I still think it's like one of the best clothing purchases that I've ever made. They're a little tight right now. They weren't as loose before as the Levi's were. They were comfortably like worn in feeling in terms of the fit. Now they fit properly still. I mean, they're not like unbearably tight, but I don't know how happily I'll wear them. I have tried to wear them actually a handful of times over the past couple of months. I've put them on because I'm like, oh, this is kind of like a jeans day or a jeans occasion, or I've seen them and I've been like, I wonder how it would feel to wear them. It's okay. It's just, I don't like it when things are really tight on me. I don't like things squashing my tummy. I just don't like the feeling. So I'm definitely keeping them. And one day they might fit a little more loosely on me and I will enjoy wearing them more then if that happens. But if not, I will probably eventually declutter them. I just feel like I can't quite make that call yet. However, this misguided purchase, which is the same exact pair of pants, are these a size smaller? No wonder. Yeah, these are a 28 and the other ones were a 29. And I think that, I bought these both in store. I think I went in, I wanted the same pants in a different wash, and it was like right before I left LA. So I went back to the store where I'd gotten the other ones and I tried them on, and I think probably these felt like they fit better than the 29s that they had in store. I probably had a reason for getting them, or maybe I just wanted a tighter pair than the black ones. I can't remember. In any case, I've never liked them as much as the other ones. I don't like the color. I don't like this kind of bright medium blue wash. They're too tight. I don't want them anymore. They remind me of my folly in trying to double my appreciation when I should have just been happy with what I already had. I am going to sell these. And my friends, here we are. The day has come. Do you remember how much I loved these? And rightly so when I first got them. These gold jeans. They were the first encounter that I had with the really high-waisted, oversized jean. And it was when this type of thing was just starting to trend. So I got these. I wore the absolute butt out of them. This is one thing that comforts me on this occasion. I'm about to declutter these. I wore them so much. I got so much use out of them, and they were really the cornerstone of my wardrobe at the time and helped evolve my style. No regrets at all, but I just don't see it for myself anymore. The gaping knee holes and the fit at the top is a little too tight. If they were like 2 sizes bigger, I'm looking at myself in the footage though. They look good. I think when I tried them on and I looked in the mirror, all I could see was my knees like looking weird. I felt like my knees looked weird through the holes, but they look kind of good. They just feel too tight. Again, if they looked just like this, but they didn't feel as tight, I would be more inclined to wear them. Yeah, I'm going to sell these. I'm going to sell these. And now I only have, if I declutter these, I only have 2 pairs of jeans, and I almost never wear jeans. So I feel like I only need 2 pairs of jeans, but maybe I'll be in the market someday for something kind of similar to those gold jeans, but that actually fit more comfortably. It's like if I kept them, I would just be holding on to them in case they fit again. And I don't want to do that with anything unless I really love it. So those I was like, oh, there's something cool about them, but I don't feel that passion like I do with the Silver Lake denim. So I am keeping a couple of things just hoping they'll fit again, but those are only like the best of the best. And those gold jeans, they're not that anymore for me. Okay, gotta take a break to feed the baby. Okay, y'all, I had to run downstairs and feed the baby. And while I was down there, I found out that we had some chocolate, but Joe has hidden it from me, which is probably the right move, but still. On my way back up, I checked back into the closet because here's what's going on. We've finished with all of the pants. There's going to be a lightning round of leggings and sweatpants, but we finished with all of the real pants. And what I counted hanging in the closet, which is like the pants that I'm keeping, that I'm presumably wearing right now, I have 7 pairs of dedicated summer pants, a 11 pairs of dedicated winter pants, and then 9 pairs of pants that could kind of go either way, including denim, things that are more mid-weight. And that's kind of a lot of pants. I mean, that's plenty. There are a few things that I'm putting away, hoping that they'll fit me again or in case I need them again in the future. But in terms of my current wardrobe of pants, that's hefty, but it also doesn't feel to me right now like it's so much that I have totally failed at decluttering and I desperately need to go back through and weed stuff out. It feels livable, at least for now, especially for the first category of the declutter. And maybe by the end, my muscle will be strengthened. I'll be able to go over it again. But I also counted through the decluttered pants and there are, I believe, 15 pairs. So I decluttered more pants than I kept in any one of those 3 categories, summer, winter, or, flexible. And that also means that I decluttered more than a quarter of my current pants wardrobe, if you're just counting those pants that I'm keeping hanging in my wardrobe. So I'm feeling a little calmed down about it. I'm feeling okay, but this is going on for way too long. And I also just feel like we don't need to dwell on all of the footage of me trying on every single pair of leggings that I've owned for the past 15 years, including some from way back when I was a very fit tango dancer in my 20s, So I'm kind of going to speed through them. Let's see what we've got. Okay, here on top in the leggings box are a couple more pairs of dedicated maternity pants. So these are just going to go straight into that other pile. These shiny leggings from Coral, I think I'm going to keep. I've had these for so long, 10 years, I think. Oh, there's a pair of pants I don't have up here because I've been wearing them, but I see them in the footage. It's another pair of Susie Condi pants that I got from eBay. They're these amazing white gauze bell bottoms that I'm obsessed with. I'm definitely keeping those. I love a sheer garment, y'all. I just love a sheer garment. Okay, back to the leggings. I was just about to say that I'm going to keep these shiny leggings from Coral, but am I? The thing about a lot of these leggings is they're worn out. This type of thing, it doesn't have the same structural integrity necessarily that it had when I first got it. The thing about these is they're waterproof kind of. I mean, they're really amazing. They're really great for wearing to theme parks. I need to stop. What I'm doing is I'm getting tricked into trying to apply my old logic to these old garments in my current life. So it's kind of like that video I filmed where I put on my old smoky eye. These are really amazing leggings, but they're amazing in the way that the way I used to do my smoky eye makeup was amazing, is still amazing. It's still good makeup. It's still beautiful. It's just, I can talk for an hour about why these are great leggings and I won't be wrong, but I haven't worn them in years. So why am I trying to convince myself to keep them? These are going to go. These merino wool leggings by this little brand, Monique, these still fit perfectly. They're an underlayer for the winter and they're in beautiful shape. I'm going to keep them. These Vori leggings are really nice. This is a great brand. These were PR several years ago. They're really high-waisted. They're really compressive. I think they look great, but they're so tight that I never put them on because I just don't like how tight they feel on me. And here's what happened. I was trying on all these leggings and every other pair I was like, oh, these are fine. These are great. I'll keep these, blah, blah, blah. And then when I got to the end, I tried on these weird orange leggings that I have from Aloe that I thought that they looked kind of weird, this peach color. But then actually looking at the footage, I think that they look good. I'm going to keep them because it's not just how they look, it's how they feel. This is not as old a pair of leggings. I think that I've had these for maybe 2 years. They're in really good shape. They feel really good. They hold me in, but they don't feel super compressive. They feel like they fit. They don't feel worn out. They feel super comfortable. This is how a pair of leggings is supposed to be. And a lot of these others, they're too small or they're really worn out or some of them are too big. And I don't wear leggings that often. It doesn't make sense for me to keep all of these scraps, vestiges, legging-shaped scraps that I'm dragging through life from my past self when this is how leggings are supposed to look and feel. And since I got this touchstone, when I put these on, I was like, oh, all of the other ones can just take a hike. So keeping those ones from Aloe, the Worry, too tight, too small. These Olympia activewear leggings that I've worn them 1,000 times, you guys, in my past life. And this brand, which I love, is out of business. They no longer make leggings anymore. So I'm tempted to keep them, but it's just a no, right? They're also so disgusting. Like I can just feel in the fabric how much sweat has been in them and then been washed out of them. And yeah, it's just, I need to not dwell too long on it, but they need to go. These Lululemon leggings are actually too big. I ill-advisedly sized up in them and they kind of slide down. I'm going to put them in the box of things I'm keeping just in case. These Athleta wide leg pants, they just are a little bit too big for me. I've barely worn them. There's nothing really wrong with them, but they're just, if I encountered them in the store, I wouldn't buy them again. I probably wouldn't even have bought them the first time. I bought them online and I thought they were going to be a thicker material. It's just, this is exactly the kind of thing I need to be decluttering. It is so tough to let go of these Olympia activewear leggings because again, they're like the way that I used to do my makeup and I still think they look so cool. They look so cool. They have that combination of having been worn so many times. I know you can't tell how gross they are, but they really are. And close up, you know, they have like little nicks and pulls. They're just not in good shape. They're relics. They still look amazing, but they feel a little bit too tight, too uncomfortable. I love so much what they like did for me and I still love them in a way, but I'm not going to keep wearing them, so I'm not going to keep them. These biker shorts, oh my gosh, I really don't like how they look. I'm probably not even going to show you the footage. They're pretty useful as activewear and I do still need this sort of thing. I think I should keep them. I think I should keep the biker shorts because I don't have very much workout clothing. These Banana Republic sport pants, they're another thing that I got like at a thrift shop to get me through pregnancy and they're too big now. I tied them really, really tight on the waist. I think they look cool, but they're like uncomfortably, there's too much extra material. They're kind of falling down. So I'm going to put them aside. Gosh, it's funny. Up close like this with my clothes under the lights, I can see how worn out some of this stuff is that I've worn it so many times that I haven't really noticed how worn out it's been getting. And I don't mind things having some of that wabi-sabi quality, you know what I mean? But especially activewear like this, it's not necessarily designed to wear well. Like denim, for example, looks great. Like the older it gets, the better it looks. And activewear doesn't. It starts to kind of lose its integrity. These, I don't know. They still look good. They fit well. But what am I going to wear them for? Like working out? I wore these for a long time as like clothing, not as workout pants, even though they're from the like workout activewear line at Aritzia. I think I'm going to turn them into like workout pants, yoga pants. I'm going to keep them with those biker shorts. And the same is true of these just Nike shorts. I just don't have very much stuff like that. And when I am going to do something for which I need a thing like that, I need to have something. And then maybe if I get stuff that I like better into that category, I'll declutter those. Ugh, that was hard. The leggings stuff was hard, but I parted from a lot of leggings. I ended up keeping these in terms of just actual leggings, these. And then there's a pair of leggings that's not in this footage because I'm wearing them. And I also didn't have them. I forgot to bring them up to take footage of them, but they're from Beyond Yoga. They're just like a black space dye, high-waisted legging. So basically for leggings, I have two pairs. I have these and I have those ones from Beyond Yoga. And then for workouts, I've got these two pairs of biker shorts, these long pants, and these shorts. And for when I'm cold, I have these merino wool leggings. And that's it. We excised a lot of leggings, y'all. I also want to excise a lot of sweatpants. I want a smaller wardrobe of this kind of thing. I just want a few really great pairs of sweatpants that I really, really love. However, this is sort of a special case, right? I don't wear these on the everyday. As you can see, it's completely out of my current wheelhouse. But Joe has a matching tracksuit to this. It's like an iconic piece of our shared history. And, you know, I'm definitely going to wear it someday to embarrass my child. Or I don't know, maybe my child will love it. Maybe he'll get a matching one. I've just got to keep this. It's almost like a costume piece, but I'm not going to declutter it. But it's also not like something I'm going to be having in heavy rotation in my wardrobe. So I'll probably put it in like easily accessible storage. But now we're getting into the sweatpants. Okay, lightning round, Hannah, lightning round. These are the Dream sweatpants, the gold balloon sweatpants. They are really high-waisted, super voluminous, very soft. They are the paradigm by which I will judge all of other sweatpants. These Teaks sweatpants, I wanted them so badly for so long. I coveted them and then I got them and they're too short and the cuffs are too tight around my ankles and they fit weird and they're not as soft as I thought that they would be. The waistband doesn't have very much elastic in the stretch. I just don't like them and I'm not going to keep them. This is the bottom half of an Aviator Nation tracksuit that is also kind of an iconic member of my sartorial history with Joe. We both have like a couple pieces of Aviator Nation and I don't know, it's just like a thing for us. These, I don't like how they fit as much. I think that this is one of those things I need to, if I were being really harsh, I would declutter them now because they're just a little low-waisted on me. And I've always loved the idea of them and then never quite loved wearing them as much, especially after that first flush of passion wore off. But I just can't part with them right now. So I'm going to put them also in the box of like, let's see how I feel after these are put away for a while clothes, but I'm taking them out of rotation. This is another pair of the gold balloon sweatpants, the black pair. They're slightly heavier fabric than the like light heather cream ones, but I still really love them. This is the bottom half of a Susie Condi tracksuit that Joe bought for me once on like when Net-a-Porter was having one of their clearance sales. They were like incredibly discounted. He bought me the matching top and bottom. It's just not my color, y'all. I love how they fit. I love how the jacket fits too, but it's just not my color and I think I need to let it go. This is a pair of old Aritzia sweatpants. I've worn them a lot and they have been kind of cozy, but they're kind of short for me, kind of high water, and they've been eclipsed by the ones from a gold, which are just 100 times better. So I'm going to declutter these. Okay, and lastly, these two pairs of Uniqlo sweatpants. I thought I would love them and I just don't. And I am going to declutter them, and that means that I'm just keeping the black and the cream gold sweatpants. And I just bought myself a pair of Aviator Nation sweatpants that I know I'm going to love in their recent sale. So I know that I'm going to have those and these two. And between the three of them, I think that that is going to be perfect. And I want to always know that I just have those three. Oh, but there's also that brown pair that I was wearing at the beginning of this declutter. Did I put them on again at the end? Oh yeah. So this is the other thing that for the past 2 months since we've moved, these sweatpants, these taupe sweatpants are the only ones I've had. Like everything else has been packed and I've been fine with just the pair. So it's like, I don't need that many, you know? I'm excited to have these two back, but I don't need a huge drawer full of sweatpants. I don't need a constant flood of sweatpants. Like I just need a few really great, really well-made pairs of sturdy, luxurious sweatpants. And I am glad to have whittled it down to just a few. Okay, that's it. Do I have to? All right, I counted them up. So these are rough numbers because there's a little bit of a mess over here, but it looks like I've decluttered at least 25 things. And my final count for my current wardrobe of pants is about 30. So that's great because it feels like it's kind of close to half. I mean, it's give or take a couple on each side. I think maybe a few more. I might not have counted like the leggings and workout pants in my complete wardrobe of pants that are in rotation. So it's maybe more like 33, but that feels like a lot. If I just have about 33 pairs of pants in rotation and, you know, a third of them are only for the winter and then a third of them pretty much are for the summer and then a whole 25 pairs of pants have been decluttered, I feel a lot more successful than I thought that I was going to feel at the end of this. So that's great. There are about 15 pairs that are going into storage for one reason or another, either because they don't fit quite right now or because I know I don't want them in daily rotation. I need to sit with them a little longer before I can decide. And that feels about right too. I do think that my aspirational wardrobe will have a few fewer pairs of pants in it than the 30 that I've ended up with. And I do aspire to whittle down the collection that I've ended up with at the end of this declutter a bit further. But I know that today is not the day for that. I know that I can't go on. I can't do that anymore. And I do think that it's wise to live with my initial edit for a while before I go in and make another edit. And that's what I'm going to do. Okay, I promise that probably none of the other declutters in this series are going to be this long and this intense. I think dresses are up next and it'll probably be like 20 minutes. So thanks for sticking it out if you made it all the way through this one. Stay tuned if you're excited for the rest because they're coming soon. And don't forget to take extra good care of yourself so that you can be the most effective version of yourself as you do your work in the world.